Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get to tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. Listen, Rollo Tomasi's son, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, what is it, Tenet Media? Tenet Media took a major L today. Why, you may ask? Essentially, they were being used as pawns. Pawns by who, you may ask? By, as my man here is saying, the people that own the ruble. Listen, Russia is over here trying to influence some stuff. And listen, I'll be honest with you. Listen. To me, Russia, China, all these other countries trying to influence stuff in the United States, it's normal to me. I'm not shocked by it. I think we have all come accustomed to it. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying I think we've all come accustomed to it. That being said, for these people, Benny Johnson, Tim Pools, Lauren Chen, and the such, pick and choose. For them to be bringing up topics, and it was only a few videos, to be fair, where they had to advocate, or it was encouraged, however you want to put it. They were essentially being given money by who they believed, to be fair, who they did not know was Russia, to be fair, to essentially say, hey, maybe Ukraine not so good. Maybe Russia pretty good. They took a L because they were essentially taking money from foreign governments to essentially push a narrative that the foreign governments wanted them to do, which is a funny thing because it's a very thing that they've been very, very, very adamant against when it comes to we shouldn't be helping foreign governments like the Ukrainians, like Israel, and the such. And listen, I don't care. I truly, if you want to go out there and you want to say Ukraine bad, Russia good, or Israel bad, Gaza or Palestine bad, or the reverse, do you, homie? Here's my problem though. When you are getting paid, and the estimate is around $400,000 for essentially what is, I believe, 8 videos or so on each channel. It wasn't a whole lot of videos. Each video only doing a few thousand views, barely more than a lot of videos that we get. I would start to question, why is someone paying me so much money for videos that ain't really getting that many views? Listen, it's weird at the very least that you didn't question it. If someone backing up the Brinks truck and you're like, I don't care. And listen, don't get me wrong. Inflation is a real thing. We got to all make our money. I get it. I got my job. I got my investment. I get it. But listen, dog, you bald MFer. Get it together. Know where your talking points. Know your role, homie. And I think a lot of times people in temples of the world, they just talk. They don't really mean a lot of the stuff that they say. They just talk. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of times it starts off as talking. And then when they're like getting traction, they're like, hey, maybe I should really, plow into this point. And they're doing like, hey, people like it. I'll keep doing it. And maybe at a certain point, it does become something they genuinely believe. But a lot of times for these people, I think it's stupid. Listen, I've watched a few Benny Johnson videos. Some of them, I will fully admit, are a little hilarious, where he's making fun of like a certain group of people that, strong independent women that really make dumb points. And I'm not against strong independent women, but just certain points that they make, I am. Some of those things I've seen him make fun of trans activists in pretty hilarious ways. Certain things like that, I'm not against trans activists, just putting it out there. Some of his videos are in fact funny. That being said, a lot of his other videos, I'm like, dog, what the hell are you talking about? Benny Johnson, I feel, is, if there is a list of conservative talking points, I feel like Benny Johnson writes them all down. And in every video, he's like, check, and literally just goes down the list just to check every single thing off and make sure he hits every single conservative talking point all in every single one of his videos. It's like, dog, get a life, homie. Get a life. I think it's a little pathetic that for the people that are always talking about the government conspiracies here and, the deep state and blah, 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 is out to get you and blah, blah, blah. They were, in fact, being manipulated and controlled. For the resistance, for the people, no, we're anti-deep state of America, blah, 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 blah. They were, in fact, being controlled by a foreign government. And it's a foreign government that their party actually used to have a pretty big problem with. It was very well known that the Republicans and the Conservative Party here in America were very, very against the Russians for a very, very long time, to be fair. Soviet Union. But even after the Soviet Union fell. They were still against him. So listen, get it together, bald man, Benny Johnson, and the such. Lauren Chins, everybody, get it together. What do you think about that, my man?
Look, man, it's deeply disturbing, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little annoying that they keep trying to assert like that they didn't know where the money goes, and you look at their content, especially with Tim Pool, and this man was out here saying something to the effect of what? Not, I think sending money to Ukraine is a bad idea. I think it's a waste of money. I think our money could be spent better. No. If he was making that kind of argument and saying, "Oh, I'm not a Russian asset," then okay, I can see the argument for that. But no, this man was coming out here and saying Ukraine was the enemy of the United States. And how do you deflect the Russian agent allegations if that's your take? And look, ignore that specific one thing. I think somebody pointed out that this man kept quoting Civil War. Civil War is coming in the United States. And I'm like, dog, let's ignore the Tim Pool thing for a second. Even though there is a lot of people that I would personally disagree with in the United States, there's bound to be at least a good number of them. I never, in my good conscience, would want to say I want the country to be split up between us and them. I wouldn't want any of that kind of aggression. I wouldn't want any of that kind of smoke. Not because I'm afraid of it, but because, look, dog, we're all, believe it or not, in the same boat. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether we're rich, poor, middle class, look, dog, we're on the same soil. Why would I want that sort of division in between us? Even if it's a class thing or a political thing, I was like, dog, I don't really want that division between us. Like, there's no need for us to be throwing all the smoke at each other. And yet this man is coming out here and saying this man spams Civil War more, like almost like he recently watched Captain America and Iron Man duke it out. And look, man, I think there is an unfortunate reality in that there is more money to be made in division more so than there is unity. There's no money to be made in unity. So I think it's more reason to believe that Tim Pool is really driving, and to be fair, it's the rest of Tenet Media, so your Lauren Chans, your Lauren Southerns, and Benny Johnson, even though Benny Johnson's a freaking goof. I think they actually would have more at stake for driving a spike through this entire nation more so than they would have at unity. If they're really about, okay, the conservative value is the true value, I was like, okay, but why would you want to say, oh, it's the Democratic, the liberal left, they're stupid idiots. We need to take this country back from. I was like, dog, why would you use take country back? That's implying that you're calling you're basically calling them ops at that point. If you're saying take America back, which is the talking point of like Donald Trump and all that, I was like, you're basically calling for division at that point. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous thinking.
Listen, big dog, I don't really care about all that. I'm going to keep it a buck. I low-key feel like the only way that the Tim Pools, the Benny Johnsons, the Donald Trumps, the so on and so forth of the world, the only way that they're going to make money is by making you think that your life is horrible. But ask yourself, is your life really that bad? You live in the best country in the world. Is it really that bad? Most of you got a roof over your head. You got food in your belly, entertainment on your TV. Some of you are watching us, loving every second of it. Subscribe to the channel. Listen, it's not that bad, I promise you. These people want you to think your life is bad simply because if you think it's bad, you'll give them what they want and they'll keep staying in power. Listen, you have a lot more. The reality of it is the Tim Pools of the world have a lot more in common with, I don't know, pick some random Democrat of their same wealth level than they do with the ultra rich. Same thing for the Benny Johnsons. Benny Johnson has a lot more in common with pick a Democrat of his wealth level than the ultra rich. You're being used as pawns, big dogs. Get it together. As America, we should stand united because the only way that we're going to lose if we fight amongst ourselves. And you know every other government, Russia, China, so on and so forth, Iran, pick one, wants that to happen. Let's not let it happen, big dogs. Get it together, bald man. Get it together, Benny Johnson. Stop making such stupid videos, by the way. Talk about some real shit, Benny. And so on. Listen, I'm here for unity, my friends. Let's get it together. I love this country. But it's a major L for you guys, for sure. Major, major L. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.